Sophia Petrillo was always ready with a story from Sicily when one of the girls was in crisis, feeling depressed, or in need of a friend's help. Now, let her do the same for you. Picture it. Brooklyn, 2020.
All right, I can pick up a cue. Picture it. Sicily, 1912. A beautiful young peasant girl with clear olive skin meets an exciting but penniless Spanish artist. There's an instant attraction. They laugh, they sing, they slam down a few Boilermakers. Shortly afterwards, he's arrested for showing her how he can hold his palette without using his hands. But I digress. He paints her portrait, and they make passionate love. She spends much of the next day in the shower with a loofah sponge, scrubbing his fingerprints off her body. She sees the portrait and is insulted. It looks nothing like her, and she storms out of his life forever. That peasant girl was me. And that painter was Pablo Picasso.
Ma, I have a feeling you're lying.
Be positive,
Okay, I'm positive you're lying.
Picture it, Sicily, 1852.
Ma, I am in no mood, and besides, you weren't alive in 1852.
What? We can't learn from history? It was mid-century, and a disillusioned Italy looked to the House of Savoy for leadership. Giuseppe Garibaldi, our courageous leader, and not a bad dresser, thought, let's regain some national pride and jump into this Crimean War thing. Of course, there was a big kickoff party at Giuseppe's beach house, and everyone came. Coincidentally, this was also the night his wife, Rosa, hit her sexual peak.
Ma, I am in here because of guilt. This is not a story about guilt.
This is a story about being a bad hostess. While Rosa had Giuseppe in the bedroom with his saber around his ankles, 200 hungry guests were strip-searching mice for a piece of cheese.
Ma, so what's your point? That Rosa and I throw bad parties?
That's my minor point. My major point is that, like Rosa, you're screwing around in the bedroom when there are important things to do outside.
Yeah, I can't believe it. That makes sense. I mean, you went the long way around, but that actually makes sense.
Oh, it's the latest chess move for my old rival, Serafina Gambrazzi.
Ah, how long has this chess game by mail been going on? What, it must be 10 years now, huh?
And it's going to keep on going until I beat Serafina at something.
What are you talking about?
Picture it. Sicily, 1920. Serafina and I were both crazy about Marco, the goat boy. In appearance, an Adonis. In behavior, horny as a toad. Little did I know he had a thing for hairy fat girls. If I were fatter and hairier, Dorothy, Marco the goat boy could have been your father.
I think we all grieve. Ma, that was 70 years ago. I was sure you'd forgotten.
I forget nothing. So, any mail?
We're gonna go on national television in clothes we slept in all night.
We'll look like hell. We'll be exhausted. We won't be able to answer any questions.
Oh, would you stop complaining? We've got it easy. Back in Sicily, I was on a game show. It was torture.
What was it called, Sophia?
I just told you, torture. Mussolini asked the questions, and you better have the right answers. Things like, who do you like better, me or Hitler? Who's got the snappiest boots, me or Hitler? Who's got the cuter girlfriend, me or Hitler? And you always had to answer Mussolini. Otherwise, they forced you to play the lightning round. They used real lightning.
Oh, come on, Ma, you're making this up.
Like hell I did. Goods and Todman brought it to the United States, changed a few of the rules, and called it Tattletales. Now count your blessings and go to sleep. Good night.
My mother always used to sing to us and make us gingerbread men.
Really, Rose? I think Michael DeBakey does that before surgery.
In Sicily, we never went to the doctor. We went to the widow Caravelli. Whatever you had, she had a cure. She was best known for this green salve she used to make to treat ear infections. One day, she gave a batch to Salvador, the village idiot. He misunderstood the directions and put it on his linguine instead of in his ear.
I guess if you're an idiot with a hearing problem, you do things like that.
As it turns out, it wasn't such a bad thing to do. The stuff tasted great, and Salvador decided to market it. At first, it didn't move so well. Linguine with ear salve on a menu doesn't look too appetizing. But once he changed the name to Pesto Sauce, it moved like hotcakes.
Ma, you're making this up.
So what? I'm old. I'm supposed to be colorful. Okay, I think it can help you. I'll tell you a story, Rose. Pictures. Sicily, 1922.
Sophia, I have a problem. I just saw the guy I've been dating out with another woman. Now, what do you think I ought to do?
I think you should sit down and picture Sicily, 1922. It was the worst of times. It was the worst of times. It was Sicily, 1922.
Oh, Ma, I have a problem.
Just sit down and listen. First of all, is everyone who lives in this house here at this very moment?
Yes.
Then for the last time, picture it. Sicily, 1922. A beautiful young woman with breasts not unlike Brigitte Nielsen, except hers moved when she skipped. She comes walking down a picturesque country road when suddenly a yellow Rolls Royce pulls up and blocks her path.
Oh, who was in the Rolls?
Robert Goulet, for all I know. It's not important to the story. Anyway, the Rolls Royce moves on, and the girl finds her pepperoni is missing.
What happened to it, Sophia?
Bambi ate it. How should I know? You keep missing the point. The important thing is she has no pepperoni to bring to her family's table. She gets hysterical. She starts to run. She runs through the field, the meadow, over the hill, until she comes to a raging river filled with pepperoni swimming upstream.
Ma, pepperoni swimming upstream.
Yeah, I know it's odd. Pepperoni is a land meat, but there it was. She wades into the river, grabs an armful, and races home to feed her family. When she tells them the story, they think it's an act of God. But as it turned out, a disgruntled pepperoni stuffer had blown up the factory in a neighboring town, causing pepperoni to rain down over 100 square miles, which is where the old Sicilian saying, "It's raining cats and pepperoni," comes from. Is this helping anyone yet? Because this sure feels like an ending to me.
What can we do?
Nothing, just stay out of it.
I can't do that.
Let me tell you a story. Sicily, 1912. Picture this. Two young girls, best friends, who shared three things: a pizza recipe, some dough, and a dream. Everything is going great until one day, a fast-talking pepperoni salesman gallops into town. Of course, both girls are impressed. He dates one night, the other the next night. Pretty soon, he drives a wedge between them. Before you know it, the pizza suffers, the business suffers, the friendship suffers. The girls part company and head for America, never to see one another again. Rose, one of those girls was me. The other one you probably know as Mama Celeste.
Sophia, what's the point?
The point is, I lost a fortune.
Well, what does that have to do with getting Dorothy and Blanche back together?
Nothing. I told you, stay out of it.
I can't. I can't just stand by and watch this happen. I've got to do something.
That might work, too. Abundanza.
To say that we are going through a lot right now feels like an understatement. And I hope that this video, in some way, has given you a few minutes of joy or laughter or friendship or whatever it is you needed at that moment. Know that you are not alone. Stay golden out there.